I participated in 2005. I was a senior at Fordson.
The teacher I took was Carl Dobronsky, and he's still teaching in the district.
Graduated from Metzel Ford in 1993.
And I decided to take my AP US history teacher, Mrs. Boron, who's actually still a teacher at Dearborn High.
You know, not just the teacher that I took that night, but a lot of the teachers that I had, you know, in high school and middle school and elementary school. I think anybody that's in education as a teacher would probably tell you that one of the reasons they're a teacher now is because of the great teachers they had when they were in school.
I went back and took my 5th and 6th grade teacher, Larry Harmon, and it was just an awesome time. Back then there was actually a 3-course dinner. You got to bring your parents and the teacher.
Actually, they used to serve dinner, which was kind of nice.
With the tablecloths and very formal.
He really prepared us for junior high, as it was called back then, and high school, by the way he treated us as 5th and 6th graders. So I just thought it was very fitting for the next transition in life to honor him by taking him along with me in this process.
I remember that I picked her because she was the first teacher to teach me that school isn't about, you know, the letter A, and it's more about the hard work that you put in, where even a B or a C sometimes can make you so happy because you worked hard for it. And that was what AP US History taught me.
It was just an honor to honor them that night, and it made it about them and how they touched our lives and impacted us as a student.
I think this is a wonderful community event.
Honors Night is special to me simply because we're here every day for the kids, trying to better them, and this is a chance to know that you are appreciated by the kids, that you do make a difference.
And to acknowledge not only what the teachers have contributed, but the parents.
Just to see that talented group of people that you know in 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years are going to be doing great things.
Senior year is really about highlighting all of the achievements of these kids for 4 years, but that they're taking the time to honor each and every one of us teachers is really a big deal.
You know what has also impressed me is when students ask their elementary school teachers, you know, that they remember a moment from 2nd or 3rd grade.
As a senior in high school, I was watching my former 5th and 6th grade teacher, and I just couldn't believe how thrilled and the smile that was on his face that I had honored him and remembered him and gone back from high school to take one of my elementary teachers who was meaningful to me. And all those years later, when I was invited by a student, I just remember sitting there at the event and thinking the exact same thing. Wow, this is such an honor and a privilege, and I just had the smile on my face the whole time, just like he did.
And a student went up there and said, you know, this is Mrs. Musa, my pre-calculus teacher, and she went on to say how she went from hating math to loving math because I was her teacher. That kind of made me tear up on stage, and I kind of got emotional, and I kind of tried to hold it together, and I had no clue that was, you know, why she chose me. So it was really nice to have that moment with her.
I think more than anything, teachers like to know that we're helping people, and we like to hear that feedback from students. And I think that's why this is such a great thing, because, you know, being a teacher is not an easy thing, and these are the things that keep you going.
I'm still in contact with a lot of these students, and, you know, my career now, this is my 17th year in education. You know, these are people who are in the world now, they're in the workforce, they have kids of their own.
This night is really about one final conclusion, which is that the biggest investment you can make is what you invest in relationships with people, whether it's your administrator, your teachers, who you see every day, or your friends, your family. And this is an event to celebrate the investment of time and effort and kindness and care that a teacher put in for you and that you put in reverse to his or her classroom.
It makes you keep going. It makes you want to be in the classroom and continue with these kids. And education is it's an amazing field.
That something like this has been able to hang around, I think, shows you how important, you know, our school board and our administration thinks it is.
The thing about Superintendent's Night is it's unique to Dearborn. It is a unique Dearborn tradition, and I think that it is a wonderful statement about the Dearborn schools and the Dearborn community, that we come together to celebrate those who have achieved at the highest level in our schools. And it's an event that I look forward to every year. I think it's a premier event in our district, and many other districts would probably like to do something like this.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 31st Annual Superintendent's Honors Night. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. My name is David Mustonen. I'm the Director of Communications for the district, and I will kind of be your MC and host for this evening. That video actually was done last year, but it was so great, and we thought it was so powerful, and it's such a great reaction last year. And Eric, our video guy, worked so hard at putting it together. We said we might as well show it because these are all new people anyway, so they're not going to know. So except for the fact that there are teachers in the audience tonight who you saw in that video who are probably here this evening and have attended several of these Honors Nights events. And it's really just a tribute to their value and what they bring to our school district. So before we get started here, we've got a full agenda, so we're going to move along as quickly as we can. I have a few housekeeping items that I'd just like to pass along. First and foremost, cell phones. Let's put them on silent, okay, so that everybody has their moment up here, and we don't have to listen to your moment out there. So thanks. So let's silence those cell phones. Secondly, photos. I know, photos. We got to be taking pictures of everything in our lives, our dinner, our cats, whatever's going on in our lives. We love taking pictures. We got to post them right away and get them up on Instagram and all that great stuff. Let's enjoy the moment. Let's enjoy this evening. And if you'd like to take some photos, please, by all means, let's take them after the event. Out in the lobby, there'll be plenty of time to get together with your teacher and take those photos. But during the event, let's focus on the event. Third, just so the students know, we will not be handing out your certificates up here. You will get your certificate at the end. We'll have them in the lobby. There's 3 tables, and you can go to the table for your school. Early college, you'll be in with Etzel Ford. And so just so you'll know, that's why when you come up here, you won't get a certificate, but you will have it out there. Finally, this is Teacher Appreciation Week. How appropriate that this event would fall on a week where we are honoring and our teachers. And you know, it is all about appreciation. It is about showing teachers, saying thank you to teachers, and showing some respect for our teachers. And here is the great thing about this event. All of us gathered here this evening will have the opportunity to show that respect to our teachers and to our students. And how can we do that? Keeping our attention focused right up here. We've got almost 600-700 people here this evening, and if half of you are carrying on conversations with your friends, and I know we love to share moments, and we love to share that with the person sitting next to us, but please, let's wait until the end of the night and share those moments with each other. And let's respect our teachers.
Hi, tonight I chose to honor Mrs. Lori Lee.
And just a little bit of audio coming from the heavens there. But anyway, let's take that opportunity to respect the students, respect the teachers who are here this evening, keep our attention focused on center stage, because that's why they're here. I mean, they work so hard and they mean so much to this district. I think all of us can sacrifice 2 hours of our time to pay attention to right up here to our teachers. What do you think, right? I think so. As mentioned in the video, this is one of our great events in the district. It is unique to our district, and it is one of the premier events. So thank you all for taking the time to be here this evening and be part of it. I understand there are lots of commitments this time of year as we wrap up the school year, but there is still there is about a month and a half left. But thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it very much. We've started a tradition here over the past couple of years to honor some of our retiring administrators. These are folks who have been in our district for a long time, and they've given a lot back to our district and to the children who are in our classrooms. Tonight, I'd like to welcome two of our retiring administrators, Mr. Chuck Boffman from Dearborn High School, and Miss Nada Fawani, who has been a principal in our district for a long time and shared her talents and skills with several schools and parents and teachers and students in a couple of different schools, and we've been very fortunate to have her working in the administration building this past year, sharing those skills and those abilities with other principals. So thank you. So I will turn it over to them to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll get going.
Please stand.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Our board president, Miss Mary Lane, had some unexpected business kind of popped up at the last minute and was not able to be here. But representing our Board of Education here this evening is Miss Roxanne McDonald.
Good evening. Welcome parents, staff, students, honored guests, and to this very special evening celebrating student success and those who have inspired and motivated. On behalf of the entire Board of Education, I would like to welcome you to the 31st Annual Superintendent's Honors Night. As a proud product of Dearborn Public Schools, a parent of Dearborn school children, and a member of the Board of Education, I am very proud of the work that is being done in our classrooms every day and by our students and staff. Spring is a very busy time of year for everyone, so I appreciate you taking the time to share this special evening with us. Spring is also the time of year when we think about new beginnings, nature coming back to life, and our senses being awakened to the world around us. Students, your education can be thought of in much the same way. Your teachers, your coaches, your principals, your counselors, and of course your parents have all been working to awaken your senses to the benefits of learning. You selected a person this evening to recognize because of their unique way that they have awakened you in your love for learning. They have touched not only your mind, but your heart and your spirit as well. If you feel I might be exaggerating a bit, well, I'm not. You are here because you have achieved academic excellence and success during your entire 4 years of high school. That only happens when you embrace learning and understand that education is a key part of attaining success in all aspects of life. Robert Frost said, "I am not a teacher, but an awakener." So to all the awakeners being recognized tonight, thank you for awakening the passion for learning in our students. You have stirred their spirit for success, their aspirations to achieve far beyond the classroom, and to accomplish goals that will have an impact on their families and on their communities. Student, embrace this awakening spirit of learning and keep it with you forever. It is a gift that will help you through all life's endeavors. Congratulations to all the students gathered here this evening and to those who have awakened their spirit of learning. I wish you continued success as you pursue your other goals, continue to achieve, and make our community an even better place in which to live, play, work, and learn. Thank you, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you very much, Trustee McDonald. We appreciate those good and kind words. You know, we really don't know what might inspire someone to become a teacher, to take on that role. And it may be something as simple as maybe one day you're out coaching some kids in a hockey game or something along those lines. And maybe just doing that then inspires you to say, you know what, I don't really want to follow along like my family and become a lawyer. I would like to pursue teaching. And I'm really glad that our superintendent, Dr. Maleyko, chose that course. He came here to Dearborn about 20 years ago as a teacher, moved to assistant principal, principal, director, executive director, and it has been a truly, truly pleasure for me to work with Dr. Maleyko and our entire team, really, this past year. It's hard to believe that it's coming up on a year already. The time really has gone by quickly. But I think that he has brought a lot of energy to the position. He has a great deal of experience, and I am just excited that he's able to be here with us to continue on with this tradition of Superintendent's Honors Night. So, Dr. Maleyko?
Thank you very much, David. I really appreciate those kind words, and I'm so excited really to be here today. And Teacher Appreciation Week, it is. What a fitting time. And I know I sent out a communication to our teachers, but whether you're getting honored or not, we do appreciate all that you do every day with the students, the difference that you're making in the lives of all students. So thank you so much. Before I move on to a few comments and words, I want to just recognize a few individuals. We have our board, some of our board trustees representing the entire board here. You've met Trustee McDonald. We also have Trustee Miriam Bazzi here as well. And we have Trustee Mary Petlichkoff, if we could just recognize them, because they've been extremely supportive to the education in Dearborn and to me since I've been superintendent. So I want to let them know I appreciate your support for the students in our district. A couple other recognitions I just want to mention. We have several cabinet and executive cabinet members here. We have Ms. Shannon Peterson, Dr. Yusuf Mosallam, and Dr. Jill Chokol. We also have Mr. Tom Wall, Dr. Dan Patterson, and Ms. Deneen Charles. And I know that we also have some dignitaries here. We have Representative George Duraney, City President Susan DeBaja, and I know that we have Rad Alawan and Katie Hetrick here from the press, so thank you as well. And I hope I didn't miss any cabinet members or dignitaries. Okay, so first thing I want to do is thank, students, you're here, and, your parents are here, and they're supporting you and your families. And the support that they've provided to you, I know that your success is in part due to them and all the success as a family unit that they've provided to you. So if we could give a big recognition to the family members that are here today supporting students. Well, tonight I'd like to take a few moments to talk to you about roles. Not the warm, flaky, baked type we find in our dinner table. I'm talking about the roles we take on as we move through life and the impact that roles have on others. Students, for the past 13 years, your role in the Dearborn Public Schools has been as a student. You are here tonight because you did that well. You did very well in that role, and you have worked extremely hard, and that hard work has resulted in a lot of success. During those same years, you may have also taken on a role of athlete, musician, artist, community supporter, or tutor. Or perhaps one of the most important roles you have taken on is that of a friend, mentor, or in Dearborn, upstander. I'm here to tell you that you are not done. Throughout your life, you will find yourself in many different roles: wife, husband, father, mother, employee, or leader, just to name a few. They are all important roles and carry with them a great deal of responsibility. Dedicating yourself to be successful in the roles you take on in life is the path to a successful life and a truly happy life for you and your family. And if you do an excellent job in any one of those roles, then you may take on an even greater responsibility as a role model. One definition of the term role model is a person whose behaviors, values, and attitudes serve as an example to be emulated by others. Think about the behaviors, values, and attitudes emulated by others. That's a pretty big order to fill. Notice, it says nothing about how much money you have, how many things you own, how popular you are, how fast you run, how well you catch a ball, or how well you sing a song. There's nothing wrong with those things, but they are not required to be a role model. Behaviors, values, attitudes. These are the qualities of a role model. And the best part is you don't need to be rich, famous, or popular. These are qualities that anyone can possess. Tonight you are here to honor those who have been role models in your life. They have inspired you, cared for your well-being, took an interest in your success, and sometimes just provided that gentle nudge to get you to realize your full potential. I'm sure all of you have someone in your family or a close friend who is a role model. But tonight, I'm speaking specifically about the person that is sitting next to each of you. That teacher, coach, principal, or staff member in the Dearborn Public Schools whose behaviors, values, and attitudes served as an example to be emulated by others. By you. That's very powerful, and there's no greater compliment than to be identified as a role model. How do I know it is quite an honor to be identified and to be here sitting at the table next to a student in the chair tonight? Well, I'm kind of unique here tonight, and I'm very proud because I sat in that seat in 2007 as a former student of mine. Anwar Hussein recognized me when I was principal at Salina, but he was recognizing me from several years prior when I was his third grade teacher and his fifth grade teacher. Wow. What a feeling it was for me, and what an honor. And as I'm saying that to all the teachers out there, you know what I mean. It's not only that student, but it's all the students that you see, whether it's in the supermarket, whether it's out on the weekend, whether it's at a sporting event. It's the reward you get for having made a difference in the lives of the students that you serve. I could tell you I was extremely emotional, as I'm sure all of you are. And in fact, I just wanted to let you know too, I'm actually the first superintendent in the 31 history of the event that has had this specific honor. So I understand how important it is for the staff members here tonight to be sitting in those chairs. To all the staff members being honored here tonight, thank you for being a role model. Thank you for all your hard work, all the time that you have spent, and the passion that you've shown towards your profession. Most of all, thank you for making a difference in the life of a student or students that you serve. Thank you for demonstrating the behaviors, values, and attitudes that everyone can emulate. I wish all of you a wonderful evening and a safe close to the outstanding school year that we've had here in 15-16. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Maleyko. What about another one? One more applause. I get paid extra if I get applause for him. That's part of my job. So, all right, one more round of applause. All right, that's good. That's enough. That's enough. That secured me for at least one more year. Okay, when we started this event 31 years ago, I was 4 years old. Yeah. We only had 3 schools participate. We are very fortunate now because we offer so many different programs and so much variety in the Dearborn Public Schools. We now have, for the past few years, we've been able to add another school to this, another one of our high schools, and that's the Henry Ford Early College. It's my pleasure to introduce the principal of the Henry Ford Early College, Mr. Majid Fadledla.
Good evening. Congratulations to all the students and the teachers sitting here. We have a graduating class of 44 students this year at Henry Ford Early College. 30 of them qualified for this evening. Only few could make it. Every one of the kids you'll see have earned their high school diploma and an associate from Henry Ford College. They worked very hard for it. So we'll start with the first one, Ms. Munir Al-Madrai.
Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to honor Mr. Riley. He is our mathematics teacher at Henry Ford Early College, and I can definitely say that he goes above and beyond. Math was never really my favorite subject, but Mr. Riley here really helped me, and I want to thank him for guiding us, for inspiring us, and for making us who we are today. Thank you, Mr. Riley.
Ms. Alexis Flowers.
My teacher was Ms. Stevens. She's a teacher who related to the students and stayed after to help you. She made sure you learned English, even though nobody really wanted to learn grammar, but we learned and took lessons from her. Ms. Stevens, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Joanna Johnson.
Hello. Ms. Stevens, she's a teacher who believed. She didn't just believe in myself, but she believed in all the students that came to her class. And for that, I thank her greatly because that made me have a better outview on life, not just in school, but out of school as well. And I thank you very much for having an impact on me.
Ms. Inaya Rahman.
Good evening, everyone. I nominated my favorite principal of all time, Mr. Majid Falala. And the reason I nominated him, not only is he a great principal and a wonderful person, you know, I've had the pleasure of getting to know him over the last 3 years. Mr. Falala is the only person that I've met who is probably more stubborn than I am. So when he tells me to do something, I do it. And that's gotten me, you know, because of Mr. Falala, I was able to get, you know, scholarships and accepted into Wayne State with their presidential scholarships. If it wasn't for him fighting for me, I probably wouldn't have done any of that myself. So thank you, Mr. Falala.
Ms. Joanne Ramal.
Today I nominated Mrs. Stevens because she is our English teacher at Honeyford Early College, and she's a wonderful human. She's a wonderful professor, and I've never had. English is my least favorite subject, and because of her, I learned what I hated the most. And to her, she inspired me to push forward and keep going in my studies, and she was there when I needed her the most. Thank you, Mrs. Stevens.
Mr. Hassan Swaidan.
A lot of the reasons I picked Miss Stevens were taken already, but it's okay because there's a lot of reasons to love Miss Stevens. So first, I want to thank her for believing in me when me and a lot of my friends gave her lots of reasons not to, and for always being available there for help even when I wasn't a student in her class. Thank you, Miss Stevens.
Ms. Sarah Yassin.
So I nominated Ms. Stevens. She's our English language arts teacher, as you already know. Her class she's very energetic and enthusiastic, and in turn, she made everyone energetic and enthusiastic, and her class was very memorable and enjoyable. Thank you.
Thank you very much.